This is the J-Hawks Sports Network, powered by Heartland Technology.
All right, back on the J-Hawks Sports Network. Nate Clayberg, Luke Baldwin, Anthony Baugh. Eric Clark, is he down there? No Eric Clark tonight. Well, I don't know if it is. Sometimes it's hard to see him over there. But anyway, we are set for high school basketball tonight from the upper patio of the South Gymnasium here in Jesup tonight, as we have the Hudson Pirates coming in a girl-boy doubleheader. Hudson coming in 3-8 overall, 0-3 in conference play. Jesup 10-2, ranked, I believe, 9th in the state, 8th or 9th in the state.
Is that what we're up to?
With a 3-0 record in conference play. Luke, back at it. Girls have come into the new year pretty strong.
That they have. Good to see you again, Nate, by the way. You're back from looking tan from a well-deserved vacation.
Just trying to keep up with you.
Yeah,
That's
well, we both had some fun in the sun here recently. But, yes, to your point, the girls have come back with a vengeance. They had a great week last week, picking up 4 games to 0. So they picked up, 3 road wins and a at-home win. So
yeah, you come right out of the gate. You get AP on that Monday just after break. You get the 5-point win there. You beat Grundy Center. So it's like go down Highway 20 and catch 14, and you're going north and south 2 days in a row. But Charles City, a dominating win here on that Thursday night, and then you travel over to Olwine, or up to Olwine, for a pounding on Friday night. So
yeah, it was good to see. And some could say, well, maybe a couple of those teams weren't up to par, but I don't care who you're playing. If you play 4 games in 1 week, that's a beast of a schedule on high schoolers. And I called the game last Thursday, I think it was, and they didn't miss a beat. I mean, they just went out, took care of business against Charles City, and I know they went and did the same thing Friday night against Olwine. So really playing good basketball, good team basketball right now. So they're fun to watch.
So Hudson coming in again, maybe not having the season they'd like to have, as they've dropped their last, I guess, just 2 games so far in this 2022 portion of the season. Got a win 43-27 over Gladbrook, and then losing to Denver last Friday 62-24. But good to get things back going. Pep band's here, students are ready, and a cold morning in Jesup turned into a warmer afternoon. And did get a chance to visit with Coach Conrad here, coming up here before we went on. Did not get a chance to interview him, but they're going to need to shut down some of the height they have for Hudson. And there's a strong freshman they have as well with Addie Rhodes, who's averaging almost 13 points a game. So if they can slow them down, they feel like they got a pretty good chance of being in the position they want to be when this game is done. Yeah,
for sure. I think on paper Jesup is the favorite, but this is why we play the game, right? You got to come out and prove it on the court.
So Jesup led in scoring so far this season by senior Amanda Treptow, averaging 16.6 points per game, 41% from the field, 77 from that free throw line. And then you bring in Lainey Pilcher, averaging almost 16 points a game. J.C. Lang behind her in that area at almost 6 points per game. Lainey right there in the leading in the rebounds, Amanda Treptow on the assists. But you've got an experienced squad here that we saw in the first part of this season, and continuing to run with this strength that they have into the later portion of the season, because you know what's just around the corner.
What is just around the corner? Postseason?
Postseason.
Okay.
I didn't know where you were going, but we seem to be on the same page.
That's where I was going, but then I thought, well, maybe there's something before that.
You're like, well, Christmas is over. It can't be that. So, all right, we're going to turn the microphones over to public address announcer Dan Fox.
Dan Broad, Mike Kalvik, and Mark Murphy. Now, the starting lineup for the Hudson Pirates. A freshman, number 3, Ellie Hyatt. My mistake, number 2, a freshman, Amelia Plank. A freshman, number 12, Annie Rose. A freshman, number 24, Madison Williams. A A senior, number 30, Ellie Engel. A junior, number 42, Macy McKinnon. The Pirates are coached by Jeff Curley. And now for our J-Hawks, a senior, number 2, a junior, number 5, Lynn Pilker. A senior, number 10, a senior, number 11, Amanda Toronto. And a senior, number 23, J.C. Lang. The Jayhawks are coached by George Conrad, assisted by Jason Pilcher. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as we honor our nation and flag while paying respect to our men and women in uniform around the world who protect our liberties and way of life with the playing of our national anthem.
Playing of our national anthem by our Jesup High School pep band, and I don't know what it was the other night. There was a team that. Are you not hearing anymore?
I don't hear you very well.
How about now? Do you hear me
Yes,
at all?
much better.
Okay.
Thank you, Nate.
Had a guy just going to town on a cowbell. Like we need.
Oh yeah,
we've got one of those guys.
Were you at that game?
No, I was not. It showed up on YouTube.
Yeah,
or social media or something.
I saw about 74 Snapchats from our fans with that guy. He was that a student or was that like their band instructor?
Was that Olwine on Friday night?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I think it was a student. So anyway, we were set to go as Hudson will get the tip as 8 minutes rolls down the clock, and Hudson with that first possession. And Addie Rhodes, a freshman, tries to get the shot up, and we'll see that one fall in as Hudson's the first on the board.
And to share the court with Addie Rhodes on the Pirates end of things is Amelia Klenk, Addie Rhodes, Madison Willand, Ella Engel, and Macy McKenna. And for your Jesup J-Hawks, we're going to see Natalie O'Connor, Lainey Pilcher, Alexis Larson, Amanda Treptow, and J.C. Lang.
So Jesup with that possession as that goes out of bounds, and there's Pilcher takes that corner shot, no good. Hudson will pull down that rebound, and Rhodes will dish it off to Klenk, who'll try and bring it across midcourt.
That was a nice shot by Pilcher, just in and out, and that's not really her thing. We've talked about that in the past, but she has developed her shot a little bit this year.
Shot from Rhodes goes in, back-to-back. Jesup trailing 4-0. But there's O'Connor. She responds.
Nice pull-up. Nice pull-up jumper by O'Connor. Jesup into a full court man-to-man, which they really caught, as they do there. I was about to say they really caused a couple of teams last week a lot of trouble with that full court man-to-man, as we see JC kind of got fallen on there. I thought maybe they would turn that ball back over to the Jayhawks, but it's going to stick. I think it's going to stay with the Pirates.
Timeout on the floor as Jesup looking ahead in that schedule of where things are going to come in the season. As I say that, and I'm looking for my schedule that I know I had. Coming up after this one, back in action this Friday night. So only 2 games compared to 4 last week as Wapsie Valley comes into town for that boy-girl doubleheader.
And I always hate to miss the Jesup Wapsie games, but I am going to have to miss that one.
Is it holiday party season, or
yeah,
you got a better offer?
Carrie's work party. Ours got postponed until, well, indefinitely, all things considered.
I wouldn't take it personally.
No. Well, I wouldn't, but I was the only one that got postponed, so everybody else is still going.
They're still going. Well, maybe you'll find out.
I feel like there's more to this story.
Maybe you'll find out where it's at. Larson on the inbound. Jesup trailing 4-2 Treptow. Top of that key on the logo. Looking to come right side. Clink trying to break in, get that ball. And O'Connor cuts in, but we'll see Lang with that ball. Approaching the 6-minute mark. Larson throws O'Connor into motion. Bounce back to Treptow. Just working that arch. Not really penetrating too much until Treptow steps inside that paint, puts one up from 8, doesn't go. Pull that board down from Rhodes. Across the timeline, there's a steal. O'Connor has it for Jesup. Fast break, Treptow met tight by Engel. Gonna get fouled.
I don't mind that shot at all by Treptow. Go up with it. She knew she was going to draw the foul. She always does, but man, she had a nice dump off to, I think it was Pilcher on the left side there, which would have been an easy 2 points, but maybe Treptow will make it a moot point here.
Free throw drops in. She's a 77% free throw shooter so far this season. That puts her in the book for the first time tonight.
Got some Pez here, Nate.
Well, I don't see a Pez dispenser.
I have one. I didn't bring it. I got these from my mom for Christmas, and she gave me a dispenser too.
No Marpoles this year?
No Marpoles. Feel free to help yourself.
All right.
Pez are delicious.
Clank comes out right side. Over to Rhodes. Trying to dish it in there to McKenna. Puts it up, no good. Rebound, lies back to Hudson. Deep shot comes up from Engel, misses that. Comes out of bounds, but Jesup will get that back as Hudson saves it.
Bolden with the grab on the edge of the court there. It looked like she might have turned her ankle a little bit, but it seems no worse for the wear now.
Bolden, first one off the bench for the Jayhawks, and a deep shot from O'Connor, no good. But O'Connor is going to pick up that dribble on that turnover. Shot goes up, no good. Larson fighting for it. Natalie right in there.
Nice hustle by Larson.
Now Treptow ducks in, wide open Larson.
Get in there.
And here we go, left side, bring it back. A lot of attempts by Jesup, but one can't get one to fall through there.
And this happens to us every now and then. We struggle with those bunnies. So hopefully they'll get the lid taken off that rim here before too long.
Engel, a little far out on that arch. Find over to Rhodes, right side, no good. There's in the hands of Treptow, and that missed shot. Jesup Hudson tonight. Here in Jesup. Larson works to the corner. Pilcher, triple teamed. Treptow finds an opening, busts in the paint, dish out to Pilcher, baseline, no good.
Boy, that was a beautiful dish by Treptow.
Give up that turnover.
Take it in, Adriana.
And she will stop short. I think she was between a decision to go for it or hold back.
She might have got bailed out by the ref on that one a little bit. Could have called a travel, but fortunately the ref that should have made the call deferred to the other ref, and he gave her the foul. So good on him.
Freshman Peyton Bowes in the game for the Jayhawks and Coach Conrad. Pilcher pulls up left side, no good. A lot of missed shots for the Jayhawks. They're getting opportunities, just can't get them to fall. Baseline, no jumper from Larson will get it to fall. 3:32 to play, first quarter. Bowes picks up defense. Cross midcourt with Hudson. Angle. Little dish down low to McKenna.
Larson a little too aggressive on the defense. Did get a hand in there.
Macy McKenna, the junior center, player that Coach Conrad mentioned. Got to keep an eye on her, but she really has not been a factor so far tonight on scoring.
No, it's these freshman guards that have probably caused the most challenges for the Jayhawks so far. Ooh. Lainey Pilcher, lucky to not get an offensive foul there, but I like the ref letting them play. Peyton Bowes into the game for the Jayhawks, freshman guard.
There's Klink. Lobs it in. Trying to turn around with McKenna. Can't make it work. Rebound Rhodes. And that ball is bouncing everywhere. Klink with that rebound. Under 3. Force it up. In and out. No good for Rhodes. And here comes Jesup.
Really good
Peyton Bowes. Turnover.
Really good straight up defense by the Jayhawks down low. Hudson turns it back over in the hands of Peyton Bowes. Jesup out of their offense a little bit here. I think they need to get set up and under control. Peyton Bowes will look at the 3, but she's going to travel. Sailor Youngblood, J.C. Lang into the game. They are going to spell, who do we got down there? We've got Adriana Bolden and Alexis Larson will come out of the game.
So a timeout gets at 8-4. Hudson came out of the gate pretty quick with back-to-back baskets from Rhodes. But you're looking at Jesup. Slow to start, got going, now back slow again.
Yeah, I think they've, in credit, the Hudson Pirates kind of thrown them off their offense a little bit. They haven't really set things up and run, I would say, a great set so far in this game. But then again, Jesup always also kind of has their bread and butter on that fast break. So I would expect Jesup to clean things up a bit. They're playing a little sloppy right now, and I would also expect Coach Conrad to encourage them to lock that defense down a little bit, really turn up the full court press.
But I think the timeout came at a good time. You could tell there was some inconsistencies maybe where they needed to be, and they needed to regroup. And
yeah, for sure.
With Youngblood in there now. Two minutes to go. Hudson with that. McKenna has to dish that out to Klink. Takes a couple dribbles. Lang wants that ball, and they're going to fight towards it in. No whistles. Hudson hangs onto that ball. Little lob in. Pilcher tries to take it away. Breaks it up successfully, and she was not going to give up on that.
No, if Pilcher gets her hands on it, she's keeping it. Ooh, careful. Don't move that pivot.
Out of time. Youngblood brings it to Bowes and Lang. 90 seconds to play. Dish out wide open. Peyton Bowes, the freshman. 3 doesn't fall. Jesup looking for that rebound. Pilcher keeps attacking between
That's
her and McKenna.
Yeah. Good hustle by McKenna to get to that ball. She was the last one to touch it. Unfortunately, it went out of bounds right after that, but good hustle play nonetheless. Youngblood inbounds to Treptow.
There's O'Connor. Cross court. Youngblood. Little underhand dish to Lang. Pilcher met by triple Pirates, and she will get fouled.
It's going to be underneath. See O'Connor. Set to throw the ball in.
Turns out you need somebody to throw it in to get things started. Pilcher in the paint, a wide open Lang. Doesn't take it from the corner. They'll shift her to Treptow. She's from the 11 o'clock spot. Doesn't work. Pull that from Hudson. Back to O'Connor. And wow, Luke, you're looking at all sorts of opportunities. They just aren't falling.
Yeah, you're right. Nice pass, nice dish inside from, or I should say at the top of at the free throw line from Treptow to Pilcher.
10-4 the score, Jesup in advantage. 40 seconds to play, first quarter. Shot comes up overhead, and we're going to see that whistles. McKenna, see the frustration as she was trying to get that ball and ends up fouling.
Yeah, I think that foul's actually on Pilcher for backing into her.
Frustrated McKenna for sure.
Yeah. Probably frustrated that she wasn't able to get the ball she knew she was supposed to get.
Pilcher.
But that was definitely
on her own. They're going to sneak up behind her, see if they can mix her up, but she gets the basket, draws the foul. It's under the free throw line.
Nice run out by Pilcher. Always goes to the hoop strong. If you don't follow her hard, she's probably going to get an and one on you, as she did there. As we see Madison Willen back into the game to replace Addie Rhodes.
But you're looking at Clank's a freshman, Rhodes a freshman, Willen a freshman, Engel senior, McKenna a junior, and then you also have Hyatt in there as a freshman. So a very young team for the Pirates.
Yeah, for sure, and they're doing a nice job. I mean, they do a decent job bringing the ball up the court. As we do see a travel there. Pilcher out, Larson back in for the Jayhawks.
Coming up at halftime, we'll catch up with head basketball coach Joe Smines. We'll have that on halftime here on the Jayhawks Sports Network, presented by Heartland Technology.
Did have Engel out and Willen back in for the Pirates.
O'Connor into J.C. Lang. Takes a couple dribbles. Treptow wide open from three, doesn't work. Little pick up and throw.
Got it.
They're going to count it.
Love it. Little baby hook from J.C. Lang there to end the first quarter. Brings the Jayhawks lead to 10, 14-4 after one quarter.
So Jesup, I would be interested to see what their field goal percentage is right now. It hasn't been too hot. They're getting shots.
I would guess under 30. Maybe closer to 20 right now.
Jesup again, as we talked about, coming in, Amanda Treptow leading scorer, Addie Rhodes for Hudson, pushing 13 points per game. But when you look at average points that Jesup has been able to put up, pushing 60. Hudson just past 35, giving up 50. But yeah, you're in the 30s both teams throughout this season. But both these teams struggling from beyond that arch. Jesup, as strength as we have from beyond that arch that we've seen in the last 4 years from a lot of these players, you know, as a whole, you're looking at almost 26%, 55 at 212. That's a lot of attempts they've put up so far this season through 12 games.
Yeah, and you think about where some of those three-pointers came from. The Lingenfeld girls, for example, both very much three-point threats, high-efficiency shooters. I wouldn't say we have any real nice drive by Treptow, splits the defense. We don't have any real high-efficiency shooters from behind that arch right now.
But when you have heavy guards like we do, we don't really have that presence inside. You default to that when you meet up with some size inside and can't break it in.
You know, and that's why we struggle. A good team that can play a disciplined 2-3 zone can really give us some fits because, you know, we can't hit that outside shot and bring them out of that zone. So
7:37 to go. We're in the second period. So no sideboards tonight, but have to bash Ardell Ochsner a little bit for not showing up tonight. Got a better offer.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a one-time big gig for him or.
No, he says he's been after it.
Okay. Pilcher with the steal, went through the Hudson Pirates' legs.
Lang met up by a double team. There's Larson. Back with O'Connor.
Nice snag by Treptow. Man, that thing was heading to the bleachers.
Little 10-footer, no good for O'Connor. Bounce back to defense.
Jayhawk D providing some fits for the Pirates right now as their young guards work the ball around, take an outside shot, no good. Rebound by Pilcher, quickly back the other way to Treptow, and she's going to kick it out to that ball is going to sail out of bounds after working it around attempting to work it around the perimeter a bit. Rolling into Clank, who will bring it back the other way for the Pirates.
Sorry, didn't mean to abandon you.
No, that's fine.
I had a question for tech services down there.
Rebound Jayhawks, no good. The bunny for the Pirates.
Larson in there, she'll click it out. Wang over to Treptow.
There it is.
There's a three.
Needed one of those.
It's funny how that can build confidence on a team. You start hitting those
Absolutely.
shots. 19-4.
Good defense by the Jayhawks. Lapson.
McKenna tries to drive in, and Pilcher's going to hold her up.
I'm with Larson on that one. That looked pretty
Nope.
clean from up here. She was giving the ref the old, I don't want to say stink eye. There was nothing stinky about it, but definitely a look of concern, confusion.
Disappointment?
Yeah. The same look
Was
Carrie
it-
gives me when she looks at me, that look of disappointment.
Or when the Wi-Fi goes out?
Did that go on Facebook today or
Oh,
something?
yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Of course it did.
Probably.
It did go out today, by the way.
Oh, Facebook did?
No, our Wi-Fi at home, our internet. She was having some connectivity issues at home, so I thought maybe that went on the Facebook.
Yeah, you get to be her age. It's hard to understand technology.
It's true. True story, Nate.
Hope she's watching. Pilcher, deep one on that line. Doesn't go. Clank had it, but then Hudson will have to fight to get it back. An angle. Still trying to get across that timeline. Must be running close. They finally get it over, but it goes out of bounds.
Kind of a sloppy game all the way around here. Jesup does have 19 points on the board, but it could certainly be a whole lot more than that. They haven't been all that much more prettier, whatever the term is, than Hudson has been at this point. Just a little bit confused, and Peyton's on the line there. So another turnover for the Jayhawks. I'd be interested to know where we're sitting on turnovers for both teams tonight.
5-minute mark before halftime. We'll talk to boys basketball coach Joe Smines when we get to that point. Clank, actually Willard on that dribble, and we'll see a whistle as Hudson tries to move their offense forward.
It's going to be a foul on Treptow. 14 fouls apiece.
Little bounce, little pickup. Hyatt had it. Jesup almost in a situation we saw him here in that first quarter where they feel like they need a reset. Lisbia Nevitt in the game right now. Two freshmen on that floor. Treptow, a little dish in to Bolin, the sophomore. Ball bounces up off of Treptow, and Hudson back with it.
That's a good thought by Bolden. The defense kind of foiled their plan, but I like the idea.
Force that up with McKenna doesn't fall.
That foul is going to go against Bolden. It's fifth foul on Jesup, 15 foul. O'Connell and Larson into the Jayhawks for Bolden and Bose. And it appears we've got Clank and Engel back in for the Pirates, replacing Rhodes for one, and I'm not sure who the other, I believe the other one was Willen.
O'Connor down floor, gets it and goes.
Great job by O'Connor to grab that and get it back up. That was kind of an awkward play.
Should be sitting at 4 right now. Clank gets through traffic. Little no-look dish to that corner. Three-pointer up and no good off the hands of Trunk.
I swear everybody out here is playing in shoes that are like a size and a half too big for their feet. They're just, it's like nobody has their legs under them tonight.
(21-8). There's a shot from Pilcher. That
Gets
will
the
roll.
roll. Jesup still pressing. A loose full court man-to-man.
Ball out of bounds. O'Connor will swat that away. 3-minute mark. See a bunch of youth basketball players got their jerseys on tonight. Wonder if we get a little exhibition at halftime.
Yeah, a little halftime b-ball. It's always fun to watch.
Yeah, get some parents in here to see the high school kids play. And
Clink. I can't help but think of Hogan's Heroes every time I see that name. Love that show.
I actually know that family from Hudson. They're Waterhawks family. So.
Oh, are they?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was waiting for you to do an impression. I saw nothing. Wasn't that right in there?
Yep, you got it.
You're probably on MeTV watching that.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
In the early mornings or whatever, or late mornings.
I haven't watched it for a while, but I've watched a lot of Hogan's Heroes.
That show doesn't get made today.
There's a lot of shows in that area that don't get made today. All in the Family is another one that I love. That there is no way that gets made today.
My name is Earl. I was watching that, and I'm like, wow, this has been too many years ago. This probably shouldn't be made ever. O'Connor into Pilcher, trying to fight through traffic, forces it in, doesn't go. Tries to get her own rebound. She does.
Beautiful move.
And there's Treptow wide open three.
Get in. Oh, good.
Now Hudson will pull that board. Jesup sticking back on defense a little bit. But try and break in there with Angle and makes it happen again. Back-to-back points for her.
It's a solid drive by Angle. Straight to the hoop was not going to be denied.
23-10. Right side baseline. O'Connor doesn't have it. There's the freshman, Nesbitt. Can she do something with it? Ooh. It's like she was starting a lawnmower there, the way she pulled that.
Frustration
Pulled
foul
Clank
there.
right down. Almost shook her up a little bit. She sees two. That's how many fingers do you see? I'm going to bring, she's going to sit down.
Yeah. Youngblood will come into the game.
.143 to play first half. Here comes Hudson. Double team from O'Connor and Lang. And now Youngblood back in that game. And Hudson spreading it out. Got in that corner with Rhodes.
That's
trying to fend off a little bit, but she was pushing hard.
Forearm shiver there.
Treptow taking her time, bringing that ball up the floor. Comfortable lead for the Jayhawks. And they will host Wapsie Valley coming up on Friday, right here on this floor. Dish over to Treptow. Lang has it, and Pilcher. Deep three doesn't work, and Hudson trying to pick up that rebound. Comes out of bounds. Whose is it? Going to stay Hudson's ball. Or no, Jesup's ball. Pilcher will throw it in. Cross court, lays J.C. Lang. Connor with that dribble. Wide open Pilcher will dish it left side instead. Just keep that ball moving around. Under a minute to play, first half. Treptow.
Got lucky there.
I think she was the intended, but didn't see it. O'Connor puts a shot up and pull that down with Rhodes.
I like
around.
I like O'Connor's confidence. She's not hitting all of those shots, but they're good open shots. Nice move by Youngblood.
Sailor Youngblood in there, picks it up and goes. 30 seconds. Full press from Jesup. Convert 3 on that guard, tripped up right before the timeline. Hyatt will face plant. Hudson is in the bonus.
It's an aggressive way of putting it, but very accurate.
I heard today, so Denver closing their high school this season to open up their new one. They're going to do a throwback game when they host Hudson in the old gym up there.
Oh, really?
So.
And by throwback, do you mean with current players or going back?
I think the only throwback thing of it is they're going to play in the old gym.
Oh, okay.
Which you're familiar with.
I am. That was the only gym I ever played in.
Not the Cyclone Center or what they have up there now. Free throw drops in.
Clink back into the game for the Pirates.
It's 25-12. Hudson trailing the Jayhawks. And Hudson coming in 3-8 on the season, 0-3 in conference play. Jayhawks 3-0 in conference play, 10-2 overall in the 21-22 season. Look at that last shot for the Jayhawks. Lang cross up to Treptow, looking for that last shot. It's going to be a big one. Force it up with Lang. 1 second on the clock.
Good. I thought she was going to get another one. She had the last second shot at the end of the first quarter and almost had it at the end of the second.
Close things out at halftime. Jesup leading 25-12. We'll go through some scoring here in just a little bit, but we'll bring on head boys basketball coach Joe Smines. Feel free to have a Pez on courtessy of Luke Baldwin.
That's old school candy right there.
Well, I said where's the dispenser, and he left it at home.
That's the best part.
So not much interest there, I guess. Anyway, getting into the new season, looking at the second half of the season into 2022. Coming off of last week, had some bumps along the way. Talk about that. AP, Grundy, and then getting up to O-line.
Yeah, we started right back from break with playing a team that's probably capable of winning the whole thing in 2A and AP. So they were outstanding. We saw them play here against us, saw what they were made of. We played better against them here, went there, and they were tremendous. Hung up 99 on us. We actually did some good things in the game, but they're so good that in the end it didn't matter. And then we went to Grundy Center the following night. A really good team as well. Played a really good first half. And at the end of the third quarter, we kind of lost a little momentum. Went back and forth, and they got us at the end. It was kind of a tough loss for our guys. I thought we played a really good game for the most part. And then Friday night we went to O-line. Came out right from the get-go and played really well. Carson Lee now threw one down in the first quarter. Got a good contribution from Corbin Fueling again, and then Brady Reyes gave us good spark off the bench. So it was a good way to get kind of back on track at O-line on the road. So we're glad to be home finally. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been you look at last week, and what a way to come out of the break on the road, 3 games, and not just going to Wapsie or going to Hudson. You head to 20 and up and down 14 earlier in the week, back to back.
Back to back, and with 2 really good basketball teams, 2 contrasting styles, and the AP game, it was kind of a different coming out of break, playing a team was really good, and I thought we had a good Christmas break getting ready for them, and it just goes to show how good a team AP is.
Yeah, talk through break, because you guys annually go down to Benton Community, right?
Yep, we went to Benton this year. It was us, Benton, and North Cedar. Usually there's a 4 team, but this year was only 3. It was a good scrimmage for us. Took our JV down as well. It's always good to play somebody else during break, and I thought, we're still trying to find ourselves a little bit. Right before break we got Jack back, obviously, for a few games. We're still kind of in that stage of trying to find ourselves a little bit, get a little chemistry, and it gets a little bit better every game, and hopefully we can play well tonight for the first time. So
4-5 on the season, 3-0 in conference play as we look at it here. Talk through, as we're mid-season right now, of where things started in November and what you're seeing now. Some things I guess that you felt like have gone well for you so far.
That's a great question. Because this year's been a little bit different. Knowing going into the year you're going to have Jack, out to start the season, not exactly sure when he was coming back. So we played those first few games, first few weeks, not knowing. We played without Brevin, practiced without Brevin for a while early in the year. Then we played without Carter for a while. Now we got everybody back finally, and so it feels like we're maybe 2 or 3 weeks behind where we normally would be at this point in terms of getting a real feel for what we are. So I told myself when the year started, we want to play our best basketball the last half of January into February and hopefully to March. So, to me, I still feel like we're early in the year for this group. So we're still trying to work through some things, work through some lineups, offensively and defensively, what we look like. The tough part is we're playing such good teams. Every night it's good teams. We don't play many bad teams on this schedule. So I feel like we're still trying to find ourselves a little bit. You can see at practice it gets a little bit better every night, a little more chemistry, a little more flow with us, a little more tighter on offense and defense. So hopefully tonight is another step forward for us. And like I told the guys, we want to be playing our best basketball at the end of the year, and that's our goal. We want to play our best basketball in the conference games, which our next one is Friday night, and then play well at the end of the season. So another great opportunity tonight for that.
What's interesting about high school basketball is, where you start or even where players were at last season and how they develop and when things click. Have you seen some of these kids just kind of click of they're ready to go, they see where they need to be, and how they contribute in practice or in a game?
Yeah, I think you've seen that a little bit with Carter even. Carter's a guy that played for us a little bit last year in that 7th man role, played a little JV, ton of athletic ability. He's done a much better job this year of playing under control, rebounding, scoring when he's not going to be the main option for us going in, but he's a key cog for us on both ends of the floor, and you've seen him really settle in. I think you've seen Corbin Fueling settle in, even though Corbin's played a lot of basketball.
Right.
Last year he came off the bench for us. You've seen him take a leadership role this year and really be aggressive on both ends of the floor. He's done a really good job for us defensively. You've noticed he's scoring, 15, 16, 20, 23 there night.
Right.
But his defensive pressure, his defensive ability has really picked up this year, and that's really helped us too. So, honestly, I don't think we played our best basketball or even close to it at this point, which is a good thing. Hopefully we can get there, and we're pushing towards that.
Yeah, you look at your roster, just senior laden, right?
Yeah.
And that's unusual
Yep.
In a lot of sports, a lot of high school sports. And when you look at a lot of those seniors are big guys.
Yep.
And you've got 5 seniors sitting on your bench.
Yep.
How do you as you were going through, we talked about last year, the decision to play a freshman and
Yep.
start a freshman.
Yep.
And now you look at these big guys you have on your bench that
Yep.
have had experience
Yep.
coming up through middle school, high school.
Yep.
Jockey that with your offense and how that works.
That's a great question. This senior class has always been a lot of guys out. When they first started as freshmen, we had 16 out. We're at 10, I believe. And a lot of those guys haven't got a ton of time this year on the varsity level. But I tell you what, if you come to practice and watch those guys practice and watch them get our first group ready, it's a remarkable job they've done. Merrick Sly, who's played a little bit for us, is actually out right now with an illness, but done a great job in practice every day. Camden Oshner, one of the best leaders I've been around, does a great job in practice. Nolan Evans, who obviously we know him from running, done a great job in practice getting those guys ready. So I tell the guys all the time, the year we went to the state tournament in 15-16, our scout team or our seniors that don't play as much got our varsity ready to play every night and did an outstanding job. That was Alex Bolin, Garrett Richter, Stephen Hulley. So it's giving those guys a role that they have every day. They know what their role is. Brody Clark-Hobart comes to mind as well for us this year. Those guys do an outstanding job in practice, and they know what their role is, and they do a very good job at it. And we're thankful. I tell them all the time, we're only as good as those guys are in practice, and luckily they've been around it for a long time. So,
talking to head basketball coach Joe Smines, and we get into tonight, and we bring in Hudson. Hudson coming in at 2-8 on the season, 0-1. Probably not the season they'd like to have, but you also got to watch out for it.
Yeah, I told the guys on Saturday at our lifting session and shoot around that we lost Hudson last year here when they were 0-10, 0-11.
Yep.
This team is better than that, and this team is young. They have a lot of sophomores, kids that actually have come to our basketball camp for a long time. Oliver Thompson, he came when he was about a first grader. Lyle Olson, Nathan Reber. Reber and Thompson actually have a relation here in Jesup. Those guys have come to camp. We've known about them for a long time. This team is way better than 2-8, way better. They're just young. They have no seniors on their roster. Play a few juniors, but mainly sophomores and a few freshmen. It's a talented group. We're going to have to be ready to play tonight. They're good offensively, and they're starting to find themselves a little bit here the last week or so. You can kind of see that in their play on film. So this should be an entertaining game tonight. They're better than 2-8. Well-coached ball club with good players.
Joe, thanks for coming up. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Nate.
Head coach Joe Smines on our halftime show. This is the J-Hawks Sports Network from Heartland Technology. We'll return here in just a couple of minutes with second half action on the J-Hawk Sports Network. All right, back with second of action here on the Jayhawks Sports Network from Heartland Technology as Jayhawks do have the lead right now, 25-12. And Hudson with the ball as we kick things off. Hudson again coming out of the gates early in that first quarter. And then
look at who we see. Macy McKenna. I have no doubt in my mind that Coach Curley said, hey, how about we go to our girl inside who's, half a head taller than everybody else on the court.
That's what Coach Conrad said early on. They were trying to shut her out, and they really have. She hasn't really gotten the opportunities, and maybe even see the frustration from her of not being able to make some things happen that she'd like to have happen.
Yeah, and credit, to your point, credit Jesup. They really did play some nice defense on her in that first half. Double teamed her every time she got the ball. As we see there is, it's hard for a boy. Refs just letting them play. I love it.
Hudson getting outscored in that first half. 11-8 in that second quarter, and now struggling to get across that timeline, and it takes too long.
Uh-oh. Jay's head fell off.
Look away, kids. Look away.
I feel like my whole world's been shattered.
You thought, wow.
What else don't I know?
Let me tell you about Mrs. Claus. 6:30 to go, third quarter. Ball's on the floor, and it gets loose. They are letting them play, Luke.
Yeah,
Treptow puts it up, banks it in.
That one to our benefit.
7 points unofficially for Treptow so far.
And the good thing about them is they've been consistent. They've let some calls go, but they've done it on both ends throughout the game. So I'm here for that. Nice shot by Madison Willen, filling it up from, was that a three-pointer? Darn close if it was.
Count that. No, just a two-pointer there.
Two-pointer. It's going to be a travel. Jesup. Bolden into the game for O'Connor. Bolden quickly almost forces the turnover on Hudson Pirates. It will go out of bounds, but stick with the Pirates.
Like I said, it was a three-pointer for Hudson.
It was, okay. It was close.
Angle.
That's going to be a turnover.
Ball come back and forth.
Well, now they're over and back.
Pilcher
through the middle.
Kind of no look, finds it, gets it in there.
Splits the defense, fairly easy play up for
8 points total.
Nice trap up front.
McKenna, top of the paint, and they'll dish it right side. Can't get that one to fall for Willard.
I think McKenna's got to take that little 8-footer. She was wide open. Shoot it, girl.
Pilcher on that paint,
Good
on the baseline. Treptow launches it ahead. Bounces off, no good, and there's a rebound from Clank. Across the timeline, little bounce pass left side. Rhodes, big three, doesn't fall. Treptow pulls it in.
Hudson really going after that three-point shot here to start things off in the second half. They are unloading out there as Pilcher takes a look at it herself, doesn't get it, but does take it to the rack and give her a chance at an and one.
Take her to 10 points so far. Confident moving forward in there.
JC laying out of the game for the Jayhawks. Peyton Bowes in. For the Pirates, we've got Ella Hyatt and Elise Trunk coming in, and they're going to replace Macy McKenna and let's see, that is, I believe that's Madison Willen.
Pilcher, free throw goes in, make it a 32-17 game. Clank, freshman point guard, handle that basketball, brings it across midcourt. Going to get caught up in that far corner, out of bounds. Will remain Hudson.
Coach Curley for the Hudson Pirates directing his girls from the sideline. As we said, got to travel out top, but as we said, Coach Curley's got a really young group this year, three freshman starters along with a junior and a senior. So he does have a little bit of senior leadership, but for the most part, for the girls that we're seeing here tonight, pretty young group.
The scoop up from Youngblood to Pilcher on the assist.
Heads up play by Youngblood.
Take her to 13, whistle on the floor. Hudson will have that ball as substitutions are made.
Willand and McKenna back into the game. Just a short breather for both of them.
Clank going to get that ball taken away by Treptow. Baseline bounce doesn't work off that board. Pulled it down for Willand and the Pirates. Double team far right side with Angle, and Jesup gets it back.
Oh, so close.
Boland took a little step a little bit early before she would have got that one.
It's a good look by Pilcher. Just needs a little higher. Caught the fingertips. Boy, how many turnovers do you think we've seen in this game? 8?
Fair amount. Looking ahead.
Full timeout for Coach Curley.
Just looking at schedule, actually the rankings that came out last week. Just looking through East Iowa teams or Northeast Iowa teams. East Buchanan ranked 11th here in Class 1A, Class 2A Dyke, and Denver 1 and 2, which that pretty much matches the boys' side of things too.
No surprise to anybody.
Jesup in there at number 9, Grundy Center at 12, AP coming in at 14. And then in 3A, just looking through here through Eastern or Northeast Iowa, no teams really represented in this part of the state. Unity Christian, that top team. Glenwood top in 4A. Waverly Shellrock at number 7.
Really scroll back up to the top of that once.
All the way up?
Yeah. So none of the top 2 teams in any class are undefeated. It's surprising.
Yeah.
You don't see that very. Oh, I take that back. West Line in 3A is undefeated at number 2.
You've got a Panorama Trainer at 10-0, 10 wins, but put them further down on that on that list. And then 5A.
There you go.
Falls into number 10. 3:42 to go, third period. Jesup doubled the number on Hudson right now. McKenna left side. Trunk can't get it.
I just want to compliment you on your quick math there, Nate. That's some high level.
Turns out I've been around numbers for most of my life.
Math.
Yeah. Didn't have to take off my shoes.
It's going to be a travel on Bo. She's dragging her foot. I know she doesn't realize that because she's made that move a couple times now, but Coach will get that straightened out in practice. So Natalie O'Connor is going to replace her. Not because of the travel. Natalie was already set to come in. Bolden forces the turnover. Laney will take it in, no good, but does draw the foul.
Pilcher will go to that free throw line. He's had a few trips there tonight.
1 team foul for the Jayhawks, 2 for the Pirates. Pilcher will get the first of the 2-shot foul.
Jesup with 1 team foul. Hudson with 2. Free throw drops in for Pilcher. Pilcher so far in the season. He's been shooting almost 76% from that line.
Yet another turnover by the Pirates.
Surprise, surprise. The way things have been going, 3-minute mark. Youngblood, she tries a deep one right side. Tripto comes in, tries to get the rebound. High up, Hudson will pull it. You almost wonder if you should have just let it go.
Well, I mean, I think it was off Jesup, so I don't falter for trying.
2:50 to go. Hudson on the dribble with Willen. And an angle. She'll take a step. Clank on that far side. Looks to be open, but a big shot going to come from Willer from Rhodes. All out of bounds.
McKenna says, dang it, I'm just tall. That's the only reason it went out on me.
Is that a quote?
Yes, I was reading her lips. She actually said that.
I knew you were good. I just didn't know you were that good. Tripto, left side. Work some clock. Booland into Pilcher, wide open. Gets it to go.
Pilcher doing a great job posting up down low, and that was a great entry feed by Bolden. Gonna ding Clank for the foul. At first, I thought they were going to call Treptow for being out of bounds. I think her foot was on the line, but only because she got fouled.
Baseline near side, quick one to O'Connor. She'll get it back. In and out of that offense. Boulin, top of the key, busts in, sees 4 Hudson Pirates, loses that ball. Turn it back over to Hudson. 2-minute mark. Shot comes up short from Angle. Has to get back quick on defense and knocks that ball away from Pilcher. Treptow there to pick it up. Youngblood. We got 3 shots on that.
Gotta square those shoulders, ladies.
Clank off the rim from Rhodes, or a clink, I should say, not a clank.
Pretty
and
shot
Rhodes
by
finally
Rhodes.
gets that in to go. Take them to 19 on that 2-pointer.
Ooh, sweet pass by Pilcher. I'd like to see a replay of that. That was a bullet straight through the heart of the defense.
Forced it hard.
Nice catch by Youngblood, too, to even get her mitts on that. See if Youngblood can knock a couple down here. She will get the first, nothing but net. Bolden comes to the sideline. J.C. Lang in for her for the Jayhawks. For the Pirates, we see Ella Hyatt and Elise Trunk back into the game.
One thing with Jesup, you can count on free throws.
That you can.
Pushing 71% coming into tonight from that free throw line, 126 of 178.
As we see Youngblood make her way to the sidelines, being replaced by Larson. Youngblood with 2 nice free throws. That's a carry in most leagues, not in this one apparently.
Clank has it. And McKenna. Overhead pass hard over left side to Trunk. Off the rim, no good. Now Larson with that rebound. Cross midcourt. Gonna go left side. Push into Pilcher. Pilcher was looking, I think, for Treptow.
Yeah, she had her too. Just looked away.
Now O'Connor. Tight coverage defensively from Hudson. Pushing it fast. Lang off the rim, no good. O'Connor gets the rebound. That rolls away. Pilcher's going to try it. She's going to see it knocked away from McKenna. Wow.
Bunnies, man, bunnies. You got to make them. Get that ball high. Let's see a foul against O'Connor. A little push.
That will bring Hyatt to the free throw line. 4th-team foul, actually 3rd-team foul for Jesup. All of Hyatt's points tonight coming from free throws. Sitting at 3 so far.
Yeah, I was walking into the gym tonight, Nate, or walking up to the school, I should say, through the parking lot. And it just occurred to me, I walked by somebody that was like, "Hi, Luke." And I was like, "Hey, how are you?" And I have zero idea who it was. And I even looked close to try and figure it out.
Did you walk a little quicker?
No, but if you're listening, you're out there, and it was you, let me know. Because it was just dark enough to where I just no idea who it was.
Hands in pockets.
I just saw somebody in the crowd that reminded me of whoever it was, but I'm pretty sure that's not who it was.
I'm glad you didn't just end the story with, so I was walking through the parking lot.
That's all.
Yeah, way to go. Well, that's the thing, and I know people out listening or whatever, and we both know a fair amount of people in town, you maybe more than I, and they'll come up and talk to us because they listen or watch or whatever, and it takes me a little while to be like, I have no idea who you are.
And I don't.
But it's not that I don't want to know who you are.
Right. I think I've got too much my dad in me. He'll, for as long as I can remember, you know, he's a 40-year basketball coach and even longer teacher, so he knows literally everybody in the state of Iowa, and we could never go anywhere growing up or even today without 14 people coming up to us. I can't tell you how many times we'd stand and talk to somebody for 10 minutes, walk away and be like, who's that? And he's like, you know, I
don't know.
I don't know.
Yep. Yeah.
And I always thought it was funny and kind of made fun of him, and now I do the same darn thing. So
I don't know who that is. 17-8 is what Jesup outscored Hudson in the third period as we start the fourth one. 8 minutes is rolling.
Treptow with the ball.
And there's an interception. Take it away with Willard. She's on that dribble. She's not the guard, and Treptow knows that, goes after that ball.
Just a freshman, though. I mean, that's all these freshmen for Hudson really kind of thrown into action early in their careers, and they're doing a pretty decent job.
Inbound with Engel. A little lob into Clank. Fights up against Lang. A little lob over. Back to Engel. Gets to McKenna. She throws that one hard. Left side. Doesn't work from the hands. As I'm like, who was that?
Lost it.
It was 12. Yeah, right in there with Rhodes. I thought it was a 13. Larson down to O'Connor. Walks that line a little bit, but Lang is open. She pulls that shot. Can't make anything work there. 7-minute mark. Coming up, we will launch a new YouTube link or event, or however you would term it, with the boys game for Hudson coming up after this one on the J-Hawks Sports Network.
Pilcher all the way of the rack, no good. Rebound McKenna.
Clank, freshman on senior, trying to progress that offense. And there's Rhodes, 6-footer, in and out. McKenna, can she put it up? Now O'Connor's going to see that one scooped away off of Engel.
It's going to stay with the Jayhawks. Larson will throw it in underneath.
There's Larson wide open with Lang. Little dish in.
I think Larson's a little gun shy. She had a couple of long shots on that baseline, which are tough.
Nice set-up play. A little hard bounce pass to Pilcher coming to the paint. Take her to 19, I believe, tonight. Jesup seems to be that diesel engine. They're moving now. Warmed up here late in the game.
Another turnover by Pirates.
6 minutes to go, first half. Head coach of the Pirates is Jeffrey Curley. Jesup head coach Jordan Conrad, assisted by Jason Pilcher and Roger Oberhauser helping out so far this season on that bench.
Coach Curley does have an assistant down there. I know that because I visited with her beforehand to get their starters. I didn't get her name, though, and it's not listed on the sheet, so apologies for not being able to give a shout out to Coach Curley's assistant.
Big shot, no good from Hudson. Pull it in for Angle. There's been no shortage of shot attempts tonight on both sides of the floor.
There really hasn't. And neither team has shot worth a darn, really, if we're being honest. As we do see Pilcher knock one down there.
You know, I'll give Jesup some credit here in this later part of the game. They've found their way.
Yeah. And as we said previously, Jesup's, that's going to be a timeout by Coach Curley. Jesup's, this team is, as we mentioned earlier, not a prolific shooting team, not a high percentage, but what they are really good at is turning teams over and then getting those run-out layups. So, and we've seen a number of those in this game. As we see Coach Conrad below talk things over with his team.
Peyton Bowes, Alexis Larson, Amanda Treptow, Heidi Pilcher, and Bolden. Adriana Bolden, sophomore, going to be the start of the five that will come off that bench when they're ready to go. But talk about a last week where they went 4-0 with 4 games right away coming out of break, a back-to-back, win at AP, Grundy, come back with a pounding against Charles City on Thursday, and then going up to Oline on Friday.
Yeah, and that first game against AP, in my opinion, is the most most exciting or most notable, I guess is the word I'm looking for, because as we know, AP is always a tough game, especially to get one at their place. That's a big deal, and it was a great way to start off the week. And then to go to Grundy Center and get one there was another nice victory. Charles City is definitely down. There just wasn't much there, and I feel bad for those girls. They busted their tails the entire time, but for a 2A school to beat a 4A school like that it's a bit concerning. Got to be a bit concerning for the 4A school, I would say. And then kind of put the screws to Oline on Friday too. So
right, boys and girls,
and they're a 3A, correct?
No, they're 2A.
Are they
now.
2A now?
Yep.
Okay. They used to be. Yeah. Okay.
They're a conference opponent now.
Yeah, so, I know they're in our conference now, but
yeah, they've dropped down.
Okay.
They might be a big 2A.
Yeah.
Or bigger 2A.
Right.
Flank up right side. A right-hander.
Nice
that might be her first basket of the night.
That was a good floater by Clink. Pretty shot.
4-minute mark.
Some of these teams, I have a hard time keeping track of where they are. It's kind of like us. We float between classes every now and then too, just because our student body hovers around that 1,000 mark, and a couple of kids makes all the difference.
Yeah, because I think Hudson's a 1A, maybe a bigger 1A school. Yeah. Or at least in football, I think that's where they set up.
Yeah, and basketball's different because girls basketball, they've got 5 classes here, so we've been 3A. I don't think we were last year. A year or so before that we were.
Clank, little push in. McKenna's going to see that triple team. Dish out right side. Rhodes misses it. Rebound underneath. Trunk.
Savvy Bain entered the game for the Jayhawks, and that's a kid that we've talked a little about. She's played some nice basketball last week. She's coming into her own. She's a kid that has grown a lot, and she's kind of one of those kids that's not going to back down from anybody. Sage. Did I say Savvy?
Savvy's over on the cheerleader line.
Yes. Sage Bain.
She gets that rebound. Now no-look bounce over to Bowes. Get that one little mistake in the varsity play here out of your way.
Just got to pivot on that one and make a good pass.
Hudson will struggle to get that in. McKenna, high up pass taken away by Youngblood. She's on the move. Is she going to take it by herself? Stops about 4 feet short. Clark makes a shot.
Nothing wrong with that. Draw the foul. Send your, well, if the foul situation was different, send yourself to the line, but I like it. Take it to the rack.
Bain on the inbound to try and get it to Bose. Hudson takes it away. Almost wide open with the Hudson offense. Turn right side off the paint, no good from Willand, and a whistle underneath.
That foul is going to go a bit against Bain. Bain having a tough time in here so far. Sometimes when it rains, it pours.
46-22, Jesup leading Hudson. J-Hawk girls will move on to 11-2 on the season, 4-0 in conference play. Hudson Pirates moved to 0-4 in conference play, 3-8, actually 3-9 overall.
Peyton Youngblood in for the Jayhawks. She'll replace J.C. Lang. Peyton, another freshman. So Bose, Bain, and Peyton Youngblood on the court for Jayhawks are just freshmen. And they join junior Sailor Youngblood and senior O'Connor, Natalie O'Connor.
McKenna gets that ball, double teamed, and Jesup trying their hardest defensively, but they're going to send Hudson back to the free throw line.
Ooh, that was ticky-tack. That's unexpected given the way these refs have reffed this entire game. That one looked pretty clean to me.
Rhodes to the free throw. Jayhawk Sports Network from Heartland Technology. I'm Nate Clayberg. The other voice you hear is Luke Baldwin. Anthony Baugh running everything else tonight.
As it should be.
Yeah, Clark, was good for a while. It's a good run.
It was a good run, but really had to kick that guy to the curb. Just wasn't cutting it.
Too bad he doesn't know it yet.
It's not the same when they're not here to listen to us bag on him.
No, and Anthony doesn't even put a headset on either.
He's smart. He's smarter than Clark. He doesn't want to listen to our garbage.
Oh, now he has a headset on. Yeah. We were just saying.
Carly Schutte into the game for the Jayhawks. Yet another freshman. So
we're just saying, Anthony, it was a good run with Clark. Too bad he doesn't know he's done yet. No. I'm not sure he still would get it. Deep right shot, no good. Or actually, Duke counted it with Lillard.
Hudson coming alive here late in the game. 46-28. 2:26 to go. Coach Conrad is going to take a timeout. 30 seconds. Talk things over with the young group he's got on the court at the moment. He's visually, looking at him, I would say he's not real happy with what he's seen over the past couple of minutes here, and probably saying, "Hey, girls, let's take care of business here. You guys know how to do this."
Well, it's always an interesting situation. We get to this point of the game, and I don't know how much these girls actually get to play together when they're in practice, or how they gel, or how it's in and out. And you hope you're interchangeable with that offense and can play where they need you to play. But when you've been sitting for the last hour and 15 minutes, and then they say, "All right, get up there," you still got to get the cobwebs out a little bit.
There's some truth to that. And then it is for freshmen, and that, people, I think we've gotten to a point where sometimes we parents, whoever, expect our freshmen to play on the varsity court, and that's a big jump. Not only skill-wise, but I guess, mentally and emotionally being prepared to get out there on the varsity court.
Officials just letting them play out there. Klenk had to climb on that ball. There was no whistles. Her shot is no good. Schutte with that rebound. Here comes Bose. Full dish right to Schutte. Youngblood comes up to try and meet. With Peyton Youngblood in there, and Hudson will get it back.
Hudson with all new faces on the floor as well.
No shot going to work for Ansley Trunk.
We've got Addie Engel, Claire Stickford, Zara Strong, And now we've also got Taylor Rogers, Macy Roberts, and I'm missing one. Ansley Trunk.
Peyton Bowes, Sage Bain, Peyton Youngblood, Sailor Youngblood, the upperclassman on that floor. And then give credit out there, as we said, to Carly Schutte, freshman coming in.
That was a good pass by Youngblood to get her hands on that ball. She chucked it over to Sage Bain as she was going down. It was a bullet pass right on the money. Knocked that down.
Schutte getting some defensive pressure on the right side here with Trunk. Travel.
Ball's going to stay with the Jayhawks.
Yeah, Trunk tried to take it away, got the travel in there. There's Sage Bend inbound. Bowes.
1 minute left on the clock.
Work some clock. Work it. Knock that ball away. Touch in there from Stickford. Peyton eyes it up. Goes over and out of bounds. Peyton Bowes, freshman, seen considerable minutes tonight.
Peyton Bowes' shot just a little bit off tonight.
You got some hecklers down there?
We do have some hecklers. There you go, Peyton Youngblood. Nice hesitation. Let the defense blow by and put it in.
Peyton Youngblood, freshman, getting some points. 20 seconds. And now Youngblood trying to take that away. Post up from Bain. Trying to fight that away from Addy Engel. Under 10. Hudson looking for a last second shot. Bowes eyes it.
Just hold it.
And Schutte's just gonna look like almost can dribble it out, but she'll put a last second one up.
Don't mind that. Freshman says, I want some points.
48-28 is the final. Leading scorer for Jesup. Unofficial 21 points for Lainey Pilcher. 7 for Treptow. Looks like 4 for O'Connor. 3 for Lang. 3 for Youngblood. Sailor Youngblood. And then 2 for Peyton Youngblood, as well as 2 for Alexis Larson. On the other side of things with Hudson, 9 points for Rhodes, 6 for Willard. You got 4 for Engel, McKenna with 2, Hyatt 2, and Clank has 2. As Hudson will go now to 3-9 on the year. Jesup moves on to 11-2. They will host Wapsie Valley coming up this weekend on Friday night. We'll have it for you on the Jayhawks Sports Network. Any final comments, Luke?
No, solid win for the Jayhawks. They took care of business. It wasn't a pretty game on either side of the court, but they got the job done. I want to give a shout out to, this is just my personal thought, I want to give a shout out to Sailor Youngblood. I thought she did a really nice job tonight. She actually had quite a few minutes this evening. I know she only had 3 points, but she made a lot of nice plays defensively, made some really good passes, and did a nice job on the defensive end too. So props to her.
Girls 5-0 here in 2022. See what they can do into the weekend against Wapsie Valley and the Warriors. Boys game coming up next. You see them warming up right now on your screen. Again, final score, Jesup girls winning 48-28. You can see this game and other games in their entirety on our Facebook page or on our YouTube channel. For Luke Baldwin and Anthony Baugh, I'm Nate Clayberg from Jesup Tonight. Everybody, join us in the boys game here very shortly. This is the Jayhawks Sports Network from Heartland Technology. Music courtesy of bensound.com. Go Jayhawks, and good evening.